My mom never believed in horoscopes or fortunes or anything like that. But one day she was brushing her teeth in our bathroom, and something horrifying happened. This is my mom's story. It was late at night, and I was lying in bed trying to go to sleep. That's when I heard the toilet flush in the bathroom. I didn't think much of it, because my mom always got up late at night for some reason, to drink water and then go to the toilet. But a few minutes later, I heard her scream. I jumped out of bed and ran into the bathroom to see what had happened. My mom was standing by the toilet with a pale face, but she was okay. She just seemed really scared and shaken up. "Mom, are you all right?" I asked. But all she did was nod her head before rushing out of the bathroom and into her bedroom. Confused, I walked back to my room and tried to go back to sleep, but the image of my mom's scared face kept replaying in my mind. I tossed and turned in bed, unable to fall asleep. So I eventually got up and went to the bathroom myself. That's when I saw it. Someone had written something horrible on the mirror with lipstick. It read, "Your daughter will die." It screamed and ran to get my mom. When I told her what I had seen, she immediately called my dad, who was working the night shift. And soon he was kneeling by the mirror looking at the message. "Don't believe in this stuff, Sarah," my dad said, trying to sound reassuring, but I could hear the worry in his voice. "It's probably just some stupid kids playing a prank. You shouldn't be in here alone so late at night anyway." He was right, of course. Who would have thought to write something like that on the bathroom mirror? And why would they use lipstick? It wouldn't even show up on the camera. Still, my dad walked me back to my room and turned on all the lights before tucking me in bed and kissing me goodnight. As I watched him leave, I couldn't help but feel scared. What if it wasn't a prank? What if someone was trying to tell me my future? The next morning after I got up, I told my grandma about the message in the bathroom. She looked at it, then at me, and then at my mom. "This isn't good," she whispered, more to herself than anyone else. Then she pulled my mom aside and told her to throw away the lipstick and to never let me use it again. "Don't be ridiculous," my mom said, rolling her eyes. "It's just some stupid lipstick. Where did you even get that idea?" "I don't know," my grandma replied mysteriously, "but you should listen to me. It's not worth the risk." My mom just laughed and told her that she was being way too dramatic. Then she left to take me to school. While we were driving, I told my mom how I did and want to go to the bathroom at school because what if someone wrote on the mirror there too? My mom squeezed my hand and gave me a reassuring smile. "No one's going to hurt you, Sarah. Don't worry." And thankfully, no one did. At least not that day. After school, my mom picked me up and we went straight home. My dad wasn't there yet, so we had the whole house to ourselves. As I was unpacking my bag, I noticed my mom kept looking nervous every time I mentioned the mirror. Finally, I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I asked her what was wrong. "Nothing's wrong," she said quickly, then changed the subject. But I knew there was something up. So when she went to the kitchen, I followed her. "Mom, please tell me what's going on," I said, hugging her from behind. She sighed and then turned around. "You know that lipstick you found in the bathroom yesterday?" I nodded. "Well, your grandma called me last night while you were sleeping and told me to throw it away. She said it was cursed." "Cursed? How is lipstick cursed?" I asked. "I don't know," my mom replied, throwing the lipstick in the garbage. She wouldn't say, but she begged me to get rid of it. Said something bad would happen if we didn't. Just then, my dad came through the door and I told him what my mom and I had been talking about. He looked at the lipstick in the trash can, then at me. "Let's change the subject," he said quietly. We did our best to ignore the lipstick incident for the rest of the day. But every time I glanced at my mom or dad, I saw a look of worry on their faces. They were acting so weird that I started feeling scared again. That night when I brushed my teeth, I was extra careful to check the mirror, but nothing was written on it. Relieved, I went to bed. But as I was falling asleep, I couldn't help but wonder, was the lipstick really cursed? And if so, what was my grandma so afraid of? The next morning I asked my mom if I could stay home from school because I didn't feel well. She agreed, and I spent the whole day watching TV and laying in my bed. My dad came home from work early, and for a moment I was happy to see him. But when I looked closer, I realized his face was pale, and he kept avoiding eye contact with me. He sat down beside me and told me to go with him to the bathroom. I had a bad feeling about this, but I trusted my dad, so I got up and followed him. When we got to the bathroom, he looked at me sadly and said, "Sarah, I need you to know something. Your mom and I, we have a secret." Confused, I could only stare at him. "What secret?" I asked. He took a deep breath and then began to tell me. "Your mom and I, we weren't actually your biological parents. We adopted you after your birth mother passed away. She died in a car accident. The driver who hit her was never found, but we believe it was an inside job." I stared at him, shocked. "What do you mean?" "Doesn't matter," my dad said, shaking his head. "All you need to know is that you have family out there who wants you dead. They probably already know you alive, and they're just waiting for the perfect chance to get you." "Why? Why would they want me dead?" I asked, tears filling my eyes. "They're evil people, Sarah," my dad replied. "It's people who do things for money and power. It's things I and your mom would never do." I hugged him tightly. "So what are we going to do?" I whispered, stroked my hair. "We're going to protect you. Your mom and I will keep you safe. No one's going to hurt you, I promise." From that moment on, my dad became extra protective over me. He made sure I never went anywhere alone, and I wasn't allowed to go to the bathroom by myself anymore. I understood he was only trying to protect me, but I felt so helpless. I was trapped in my own house, unable to do anything on my own. One night, maybe a week after finding out about my real parents, I woke up in the middle of the night and needed to use the bathroom. I got up quietly so I wouldn't wake my mom or dad, but as I was walking to the bathroom, I heard voices. They were coming from my parents' bedroom. Stood outside the door listening. I heard my mom's voice. "What are we going to do? What if she finds out? What if she goes to the police? And we'll be forced to tell them the truth," a voice replied. "If they find out that we killed her parents to protect her, they won't protect her. They'll send her to an orphanage." "But I couldn't bear to part with her," my mom cried. "You don't have a choice," the voice said. "If we don't do this, she'll be in danger." "I'm sorry, Sarah, but you have to go." At this point, I was so confused. What were they talking about? And who was that other voice? I slowly opened the door and peeked inside. That's when I saw the man. He was standing beside my mom and dad with a suitcase in his hand. "Who are you?" I asked. The man turned around and smiled. "Hi, Sarah. It's nice to finally meet you."